In a quaint little village nestled among towering, lush green hills, there lived a man named Hugo. Hugo was infamous throughout the village for his overwhelming selfishness. He was a man who only thought of his own wants and needs, completely indifferent to the struggles and challenges faced by his neighbors. Instead of offering his support or lending a helping hand, he often mocked and ridiculed their attempts to improve their lives or seek assistance. Every morning, while the sun rose and illuminated the beautiful village, he would sleep in late, oblivious to the world around him. He would then make his way to the local bakery, devouring all the fresh bread while ignoring the desperate looks of the hungry villagers waiting for their turn. As the seasons rolled on and the time approached for the village's much-anticipated annual festival, excitement buzzed in the air. Days before the event, the villagers were filled with a sense of unity and joy as they gathered in the central square to prepare decorations, plan festivities, and set up stalls. But Hugo, comfortably settled in the confines of his dimly lit living room, decided once again to distance himself from the joyous hustle. Instead of gracing the village with his presence, he chose to spend his time engrossed in television shows and indulging in his own desires. However, on this unusually vibrant day, something extraordinary happened that would forever alter the course of Hugo's life. An old sage, a figure well regarded for his remarkable wisdom and insight, appeared at his doorstep. With a gentle and mysterious smile, he knocked on the door, prompting Hugo to let him in. "I have come to show you something truly important," the sage said cryptically. Intrigued yet skeptical of the old man's intentions, Hugo hesitantly decided to follow him. The sage led Hugo into the heart of the village, where the villagers were tirelessly working together, their laughter ringing through the air like sweet music. The sight of vibrant decorations coming together and the aroma of delicious treats wafting through the square should have ignited joy within Hugo's heart. Instead, he perceived a haunting sense of isolation. As he stood to the side, he felt acutely aware that he was the only one not immersed in the celebration or contributing to the joyful atmosphere. With a knowing glance, the sage handed Hugo a beautifully crafted mirror. "Look at yourself," he instructed. As Hugo gazed into the reflective surface, he saw not just his physical appearance but also the true essence of his being. For the first time, he could clearly see the sadness and loneliness etched into his face, a stark contrast to the radiant smiles surrounding him. Suddenly, an overwhelming wave of memories surged through his mind like a stormy tide. He thought of the village children who had longed for companionship and friendship, the neighbors who had selflessly cared for him during his illness, and the countless opportunities he had missed to connect with others. A profound and heart-wrenching realization took root within him. He understood the full weight of his selfish actions. Consumed with remorse, Hugo turned to the sage, his voice shaky with emotion. "What must I do? I see now how selfish I have been, and it weighs heavily on my conscience," he confessed, genuine sorrow in his tone. The sage's smile was warm and encouraging. "It is never too late to change. Show these people that you are capable of generosity," he replied kindly. "Start with a small gesture, and let your heart guide you." With a heavy heart yet a newfound determination taking shape within him, Hugo left the sage and walked toward the bustling central square. He approached the villagers, and with sincere humility, he apologized for his selfish behavior.